Hello, 3SD students. Professor Stevenson here, and I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of the drafts for Project 3. I've said it before, Project 3 is one of my favorites because we get beyond reading and just simple like writing. We get into presentation and really kind of tying some of the professional technical communication ideas in this class together. It's harder work to some extent because I'm asking you to consider how a professional and technical communicator is meant to help make decisions on certain things that don't seem very intuitive to understanding professional and technical communication, like the library or the MU. And so I think I pushed some of you to think outside the box, which is not a bad thing. And I think some of you struggled, but not in like the worst way. Two students that I think really shined on this project, Saeed and Jacqueline, their videos, I think my advice to them was if you turn this in as a final, I would be really happy. But they could still work on a couple of things. I think what I really liked about both of their projects is that they're highlighting that instead of just describing like here's what the walk only zones are and here's a cultural dimension of it, they're also adding that whole layer of, and this is where like a professional and technical communicator would have to make a decision here. So it could be about the coloring or the language or the something in the signage for the stuff. It could be about just kind of thinking the context of this. So I think that's where Jacqueline gets into some of the context of the walk only zones, like ASU's this fast paced thing. We want to get things quick. We want to get to places quickly and all of that stuff. So I think my biggest advice to most of you was like, yeah, like this is a good start. Like add more about the professional and technical communication aspect. Like if you're a designer, right, if your job was to be the professional and technical communicator, like you're the writer here. What's your role here? What are you doing to help like the building designer, right? It could be in the library, it could be the building designers. Somebody did the Greek Life Community Center. Like if you're the writer there, how are you helping the building designers or the planners or the community managers think about the way to communicate the function of this building, right? Somebody did the interfaith meditation room. I have the name wrong, but I think it was Greg. And again, I apologize. I can't have two screens up while I'm recording, but my notes are just not here right now. But I think it was Greg, and he described the different stuff, the different elements of the room really well, and then he gave us these really awesome signs, and didn't always go through those to talk about how a professional and technical communicator could help students use this room better, how they are able to put together the signs and help students use this room better. And so part of the imagination here is imagining how this could be done differently in a lot of ways, right? So a professional and technical communicator's role is to see things in a different light and bring that up to maybe the building designer, maybe the room planner, or it could be like the way that they're branding ASU. A couple people talked about the football stadium or the tickets and how they're branding it, ASU as a brand. So anyway, I don't think you all have like a ton of work to do on these projects. Let's be clear. Like these are all pretty good. Some of you have more work to do than others, but nobody is like start over again 100%. You've got what you plan to say and you've got your slides. It might be, if you have editing software, adding like a minute or so about the specific getting more specific about professional and technical communication. It might be, if you don't have editing software, adding that stuff to your script and then spending the 5 or 10 minutes re-recording. Hopefully it doesn't take you like 20 takes like it sometimes takes me on some of the stuff. So anyway, that's what I have. I've finished looking at all your drafts, so thank you for that. And I hope you guys have a good weekend.